Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another class live from my bedroom. Today, I want to talk to all of you about two fairly new tools that can be used for marketing. The first one I'm going to show you is called Number One Market Stories, and it is an awesome tool our company put together that covers social media graphics, it covers slideshows, it covers documents you can print out and add to a listing report or however you want to use it. It has all of that right at your fingertips by geographic area, showing how our company is the number one in that marketplace. And the second tool I'm going to show you is even newer, and that is called LiveBy Market Insights. This one is a little bit more in depth. It's more about generating specific reports, either by address, neighborhood, school district, etc. It has a lot of really cool features that we haven't seen before, including a community information page. So it's another great resource you can provide to your clients and use to market yourself as a realtor who has really in-depth knowledge of your market. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so as you can see, I'm starting off in my ACE dashboard, as with everything else. And both of these new tools that I'm going to be talking about today can be found under the Market Intelligence tab that you see right here. So this is a little brain looking one. And if you forget that later on and you're trying to find one of these tools, as long as you can remember at least part of what it's named, you can use this search bar up here. So if I was looking for number one market stories, you could just type here number one in search and it would come up, or market insights, LiveBy, whatever piece you can remember, you can search here and it will show you where that is, okay? So I'm going to click on the market intelligence tab here. Okay, and as you can see, the first thing that comes up is number one market stories. And then if we slide over here, here is the LiveBy Market Insights. Okay, so they're both under this tab. And I'm going to start out showing you number one market stories. So we'll click there to get started. Okay, so this is a really simple tool and it's kind of giving you an example straight off of what sort of information they're going to supply you. So it says this is the number one story for Center City, Philadelphia, and by volume, okay? And it's from June 1st to May 31st. So it tells you what month, you're covering. So the first thing that they're going to provide for you is the ability to one-click post this story to any of your social media accounts that you have linked through your ACE dashboard. So if you're not able to use this one-touch post option, it's because you haven't put those URL links to your social media in your ACE profile on your dashboard. So make sure that you update that. The second piece of information it provides is a video, and you can actually download an MP4, I think it is, of that video, and then you can share it to social media, send it in an email, post it to your YouTube channel, however you decide you want to use it. The third thing they give you is just text. So you can easily copy and paste this as part of a social media post. So if you're not sure what to say or how to explain what the market story is, there you go. They've done it for you. The fourth thing they give you is graphics that, again, you can share on any social media platform. Okay, so they have this one for like a desktop or website view. They have this one for a mobile device, and they even have created a 3-image post, which is that like fancy thing that you can do on Instagram. Okay, so they have all of your bases covered as far as social media. Fifth thing down is you can actually share a link to the number one market stories website, which is, again, a great way to kind of lead capture. You can share one particular market, but people can then go visit that website and search all other markets. And it looks like you've generated this info for them. And it is mobile friendly, you can see here. So whatever device they're using, they'll be able to click on that link and have a great user experience. Sixth thing that they give you are PDFs that you can download and then insert into a hard copy if you're doing a listing presentation or buyer consultation or anything else. You can add these pages to that just so your potential client then knows that you are an expert in that area and that our company is the #1 supplier of real estate needs in that area. And the last thing, the seventh thing, is a presentation slide. So instead of doing a printed presentation for a listing, let's say, if you were doing a slideshow, or if you wanted to add it to your Moxie Present live web version of a presentation, you could do that, okay? So it gives you 7 different ways to use this material. All right, so now that you know what you're gonna get, I'm gonna show you over here on the left-hand side, this menu is all of the areas, mostly by county. However, you'll see at the very top here, they have created some like niche markets, mostly in Pennsylvania. But if you scroll down, you'll see it's mostly by county. Then it starts getting into specific cities, okay? So if you can search by county if you're looking for something, and it'll list everything that's there, or you can just get the county-wide report. So you can say we're #1 in an entire county if you want to go that way, or you can pick from one of these cities if you want to be more specific. You can also just use this search bar up here if you don't want to scroll through the whole thing. So let's say I want to look at Washington Township. Okay, so here's a good example. If you are attempting to search for something and no results are coming up, that means that we are probably not #1 in that market for this time period. So it doesn't mean you should stop looking. It just means this particular month, because it's month by month, we weren't #1. So that's obviously one you're not going to want to use. So you're either going to want to go bigger and use Gloucester County, or maybe you want to search like Sewell or something more specific. So let's try another one here. Okay, so Mullica Hill is coming up that we were #1. So once it comes up, you click the little drop-down menu. And for Mullica Hill, it's saying that the only way that they've compiled the data is across all price points. In some instances, you might get a list here broken down actually by price point so that you can be even more specific and say we were #1 in the $200,000 to $400,000 price range if you want to do it that way. But for Mullica Hill right now, for this month, this is the only option. So I'm going to click it. Okay, then it gives you 2 more options. So you can either do by total volume or by total units. So you can decide, you can preview both, you can decide what you think looks better, sounds better. If only one of these options is here, again, that means that we might have been #1 by volume, meaning dollar amount, but we weren't #1 by units, okay? So if you're not seeing something here, it's not a glitch. It just means that we're not #1 for that specific area or that specific format for that specific month. All right, so I'm just gonna choose volume just so I can show you guys. All right, so here it is. It pulls it right up. It's our #1 story in Mullica Hill by volume, okay? And then it gives you all of those same 7 things that I showed you before, all right? So if I wanted to post this, let's say to my Facebook page, I would just click Facebook. Okay, so as long as your social media is linked, here it is, okay? And I'm gonna see, I should be able to, okay, so what I want you guys to be aware of is if you do this one-click social media, it's going to default to posting it to your personal page. However, if you want to post this to your business page, you can use this drop-down menu right here, okay? And you would select share on a page you manage. And it's going to, if you have more than one like I do, it's going to give you another drop down menu. And I'm going to pick my real estate business page here. Okay, so then it says, say something about this. Again, you can choose to write something yourself, Or you can come back over here, go down to number 3, and copy and paste this, okay? So I'm gonna copy text, pull this back up, paste that, and there you go. So now you're literally ready to go. All you have to do is hit post to Facebook at the bottom here, and you're off to the races, okay? That's simple. And they also have it for Twitter and for LinkedIn right now. They don't have this type of post for Instagram, but they do have the graphics down below, which you'll see in a moment. All right, so the second thing is a short little video. So let's take a look at this. So that's it. It's less than 30 seconds. These videos are a great tool because we've all heard this over and over and over again. When you're posting social media, videos get more likes, more comments, more shares, more interactions. So you can download this and then upload it to your Facebook account or any other social media account that lets you use video. You can add it to your website, you know, like I said, your YouTube channel, wherever you want to post it. And it's going to capture people's attention, but it's quick and short and easy. So you don't have to worry about boring them to death. I already went over this with you, right? This is what the graphic would look like. I could download it, right? So this is saying like for Facebook, this is for Instagram stories and Snapchat. That's that size, okay? And then this is the Instagram, it's separate to 3, so you have to download all 3, but then when you're posting to Instagram, you can choose the series option and post all 3 together, okay? And again, you can copy this link and share it, and it will take them right to a specialized website talking about Mullica Hills specifically. Let's see what the PDF looks like, okay? So I'm gonna click download. Okay, so this is what the page is going to look like. It's going to say buyers and sellers represented by volume, and it has it broken down by company. So you can see we are number 1 here at this dollar amount, and you can see our next closest competitor is quite a ways behind, right? So this would be a great page to include in a listing presentation, especially if you're up against other realtors that you think they're interviewing as well. Throw this in there. It takes 2 seconds to generate, and you can just print it right from here, okay? So it's a single page, nice and easy, but impactful, I think, especially when there's that big of a difference. Okay, and the last one is a presentation slide. I'm not going to download it, but it's literally this same exact report here. It just will create it as a slideshow image so that you can insert it into a slideshow. All right, so basically that's it. It's very easy to use. You just come over here on the left, you search, you know, again, whatever, let's just try another one. So Glassboro comes up, all price properties, see if any of these are broken down by price, not for this month. But yeah, Glassboro, all price properties, total volume and units. That means we were number 1 in both. Let's take a look at units, even though it doesn't look any different. I can just show you, right? So it would just specify in all of this that it's both sellers and buyers that we represented, and that's how we're counting it. All right. So that's it for number 1 MarketStories. It's not difficult to use. It doesn't take a long time. The only note on this is that it does take a while for the data to compile. So you're usually running at least a month, sometimes a month and a half behind. So you can't on June 1st say that we're number 1 in June for obvious reasons. So usually you'll get an email to your Fox and Roach account from Rajiv saying that whatever the month is, the #1 market story is ready so that you know when it's here and you have access to it. So you'll get an email and the subject line will say May #1 market story or June #1 market story now available. And they have a link right in there. So if you don't want to have to log in and find it, you can literally just click the link in the email and it will take you right to this website so you can look it up. Okay, so that is the #1 market story. Now I'm going to go back here to my ACE dashboard. And again, I'm under the Market Intelligence tab, which is this brain looking tab here. And I am going to show you the LiveBy Market Insights. Eventually. Okay, here we go. So again, this is a very simple tool to use, and they have 2 different ways that you can start your search for the area that you want to get insights for. So if you are doing this for a specific client, like for a listing presentation, you can actually enter an exact address. If you just want to look by a broader location or by school district, then you can start by selecting your state first, and then you'll get a drop down of all the different areas and school districts. So I'll show you both. So for the first one, I'm just going to enter, I'll just do my address. Nobody stalk me. And they all come up, right? So this is me here. Okay. So here it is. It's telling me what zip code I'm in. Okay, you can add it to your favorites if you want to be able to access it easier. Gives me a breakdown of demographics here. It gives me a breakdown of market trends here. And then it's telling me what school district it thinks that you're in. And now obviously these aren't always super accurate, because sometimes a zip code will have 2 different school districts. And that happens to be the case here. I am in, as this says, South Harrison Township, which is technically Kingsway School District, but because it's pulling by the Mullica Hill or Harrison Township zip code, it thinks that I'm in Clearview. So if something like this happens, you can go back out and search by the specific school district if you want to do that. But just for examples, I want to show you the 2 different types of things that they can generate for you. So the market report is the first thing, and this is, a little bit more in depth than the #1 market stories. It's actually going to break it all down for you. So let's go ahead and click here. And it generates this report like immediately. And as you can see over here on the right-hand side at the bottom, you have 2 options. You can download it and they're printed, or do whatever else you want, send it in an email, or you can click share and share it that way. But let's take a look. All right, so this is the market report for June. And it's saying it's in Harrison Township, New Jersey. So this is saying from May to July, how many homes sold, the average price over the last 6 months. Buyers should expect to pay 98% of asking price. It literally writes it out. If people are better at reading, it tells you everything right here. Okay, prices. June was down in May and up from July of 2019. Average days on market was 49, which is a little bit longer than May, which was only 31. Okay. It also gives you this really cool market hotness. So it's a very simple graphic, and it says it's based on 6 months of median days on market, and it's comparing it to all of Gloucester County, New Jersey. And it's showing that this particular zip code is very, very desirable, or a hot market, so to speak. Okay. And as you can see on the bottom of every page, it's branded to you. So again, it looks like you're the one who's generating this information for your clients. Okay. Median sale price, graph, number of homes sold in graph form. So you can see it kind of go up and down basically over the past year, past 12 months. Average price per square foot. Market activity. So these are some recently sold. Here are some recently listed properties. And that's it. Okay. So it's not too much information where you're gonna, people are gonna tune out, but it's basically everything that your clients are gonna wanna see. You can, again, use this in a listing presentation. You could also use it for if a buyer is interested in several different areas, you could generate these market reports for all of those different areas, send them along, and let the buyer look through them and kind of decide maybe if they're then attracted to one area more so than another, okay? So that's what the market report looks like. See if I can go back. Okay. Sorry, it's thinking. Here we go. Okay, so same starting page, but at the bottom, rather than clicking the market report, which I just showed you, now I'm gonna click the view community guide. So this is really, I think, what's so cool about this. It's a little bit above and beyond what anything else offers. It's not just data about homes and real estate. It's actually about the community as a whole, which is kind of neat. So let's click that. Okay, so same thing. You can download it, you can share it right from here. It's got your information branded to it. Okay. So it shows you what the outlines are. Ooh, why aren't you scrolling? There we go. Here. And these are different community tags. Does go over the market trends quickly again. Okay. But it also gets into rents, rent versus own, average year built. There we go, number of homes sold. Gets into some demographic information here. Has the different school districts here. Top rated schools. And top local businesses here. Okay, pretty sure this is from, I want to say it's from Yelp, but I'm not. Yeah, right there, it tells you it's from Yelp. There you go. Okay, so it breaks it down by dining, shopping, active, meaning like, gyms and stuff like that, and nightlife. The commute highlights, okay. Walk score. And then we're back into homes that are recently listed and recently sold, and that's it. So it's kind of, just an extra look for your client at a particular community. You could even use this if you're listing a property already and you're doing a pamphlet or you're doing a flyer that you're leaving at the house for when people come to see it. You could choose to include some of this information in that so that any buyer or other agent showing that listing can take this with them and get a little bit more of an idea about the neighborhood that your listing is in. Okay, so let's take a look and see what happens when we click these two buttons. Okay, so if I click download, apparently it will take a long time. Yes. There we go. Okay, so here it is. It's generated this as all these different pages as a PDF version. I could print it, do whatever I want with it, pick particular pages to print, whatever you want to do. Okay. If I click share, it gives you options. Okay. So you can share via email, send a text, share via Facebook, share via Twitter, or you can actually copy this URL right here. Okay. So if the one-click share via Facebook isn't working, just copy this link, open up Facebook separately, start a new post, click this URL. Once the preview loads, you can delete out the URL from the post so it doesn't look sloppy, write whatever you want to write, and they would still be able to access this information. Okay, so again, simple to use, very user-friendly, get some great information, great insights, again, not only into the market, but also into the community that they're considering. And the last thing I want to show you is, let's go, see if it'll let me go back. So that was searching by address, but I want to show you guys this box down here to search by location. So the first thing you need to do is pick your state. So we're going to go with New Jersey. And then it's going to say select a city. Okay, so if we hit this drop down, now we've got this kind of never-ending list of cities. But as you can see, it is also broken down by school district. So as I was saying before, in South Harrison, when I looked up my address, it was still showing as Clearview School District because it's just going by the Mullica Hill zip code. But I can come down this way and find Kingsway Regional School District, which is technically where we are here. So let's click this. Okay, and now it's giving me all of the information on the entire region that is covered by Kingsway. And it tells you right here, you know, what the schools are. And again, market trends, demographics. You can view the community guide again. Right? It shows you that this is the entire area. There we are. This is the entire area covered by that school district. These are trends across that entire area, remember, so this isn't specific to one zip code or one town. This is across that entire school district. Okay, so those are the two different ways that you can search easily, quickly. You can try both. If you're, not getting the information that you're looking for, do it both ways. See if you can, find the accurate info for what you want. And that's really it. Again, it's simple, it's easy, it takes all of 2 minutes, and it's just more information that you can use on behalf of your clients or that you can use to market yourself to show how much value you have as a Berkshire Hathaway agent specifically. So again, if you want to remember where these are, they are in your ACE dashboard under the market intelligence. The first one we talked about was the #1 MarketStories. The second one we talked about was LiveBy Market Insights. Okay, then stop share. All right, guys, so that's all I have for you today. It was pretty much just a simple preview. It's not hard to use, so it didn't take very long. There is a webinar that was recorded by Rajiv on the new tool, which is the LiveBy Market Insights. So when I send out the email with this recording, I will also include a link to that. It's a longer video, so if you want to get even more in-depth information about that newer tool, you guys can watch that one, but I figured this would at least allow you to get started using it, playing with it, showing it to your clients, seeing how they feel about it and getting some feedback. So once again, thank you guys for coming today. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. And as always, if you have any questions about this particular class or anything else tech related in general, please feel free to shoot me an email, give me a call, send me a text message. I am always here and available for you guys for one-on-one tech help if you need it. All right, everyone, have a great day.